My name is Deabra. I'm the owner of Nurtured Nodes Indoor Plant Shop. I first got the idea of opening a business about 4 years ago. I knew I wanted to do something with plants, but I wasn't quite sure what it would look like. I became like the people would just drop plants off. Like a friend of mine found a plant on the side of the road and she was like, "Oh, I left a plant at your door. Can you save it?" kind of thing. So I became like the plant mom of my friend group, and it's fun. I'm good at it. There's so many plants out there and it's really easy to get lost. My background is environmental, and so I knew I wanted to do something with nature for a career. Just wasn't sure again what that would look like. When it comes to finding things to sell, it's just about what makes people smile. Or if I smile when I see it, I'm like, I'm getting it. There's this misconception that being able to grow a plant is you have to have all this specialized knowledge and all this background information, which you do to a certain extent, but it's more accessible than that. And so I like to be able to help people know that you can grow a plant. You just need to have a little bit of support and know what the right plant is for your environment. And I enjoy bringing plants to people. I think it's just a beautiful way to spend time, and I think it's also a good way for people to build empathy toward our natural environment as well. My business came post-pandemic, but during the pandemic, we all had a hard time. And I think one thing that I took away was there's so many reasons not to do a thing. And life is also so unpredictable, so why not just do the thing? Quit playing around, get your little goal list out, and just do it, And so I really had to do that for myself. Incidentally, the houseplant industry boomed during the pandemic because people were home, people started working from home and wanted to create greenery in their indoor spaces. And so it wasn't intentional, I don't know, but it's a good time to be in this environment. A piece of it of also having something to nurture and love and grow. It's also just good for our mental health as well, especially during a pandemic or just in general when life gets difficult. I think funding is great. I mean, it's very important. Like, it takes so much money to start a business and run a business. And I think having more knowledge or assistance or some type of information, marketing kind of thing, like I'm not really good with social media. I manage, it's fine. Like, it's not gonna blow your mind or anything. But I think having support around marketing, businesses, and being able to figure out ways to reach people better. I think it's fine. I get a lot of support from the markets that I do because they do a lot of the marketing for us. But then it can be really difficult to kind of generate that interest alone. So having more information or support or workshops or something around that, and also having funding would be chef's kiss. That would be great. Being in this space is just really wonderful. I have found it really difficult to find community, especially Black community here. And I think being in a space with other Black people who are doing the damn thing is just so inspiring and beautiful. And I'm really grateful for that. Plant sales are so seasonal. So summertime and springtime, when we actually get a spring, are usually really good. And so I think as things pick up and weather gets a little bit better, sales will be better. I'm really looking forward to hosting events. I had a customer who is having a birthday party, and they're doing a plant repotting and pot swapping party. I think that would be such a nice thing to do for the community, like having people come and be in a space with other people who are also plant nerds and just do like a repotting project. But just in general, events and connecting with more people, specifically Black people. I feel like there's just not a lot of spaces for us, and I really want to try to create something that'll create that space for us to come together. I love working with my hands. And there's so much of that involved in plant care. And I think it's really beautiful to see something that you've cultivated grow. Historically, Black people were the people doing all of the yard work and, tending to the crops and things like that. But if you look around now, it's just so rare to see a Black-owned nursery or a Black-owned plant shop. It's getting better, but I think it's specifically too in this part of the country where that's such a big thing, there's power in that. And just for people being able to see the representation. And then it's not just me, right? But I think there's just power in being able to see someone different doing a thing, and it helps it feel more accessible. I'm not special by any means, like I am, but you know what I mean? Like there's so many people doing the plant thing and like really trying to get out there and help people to learn and feel empowered enough to do an indoor garden. And I think for me, living in Seattle, it can be very difficult to have a yard or an outdoor space in general. That's like gold. There's many other ways to cultivate that in our lives, and having people to feel like they don't have to be on the outskirts of that. Like that's only for certain people. It's just not true. You can do this. Like you don't have to, you know what I mean? I got you. You DM me a picture of your dying plant, I got you. We'll figure it out. And I love that. I love the connections, and I think it's very beautiful.